Good morning, Jarrod. Thank you so much for having here us with you.
No, thanks for being here. Welcome to the White House. You're in the center of energy dominance. This is where we do all the energy deals, right here.
Wow, it's something very special to me, and thank you for your time. As you know, we are having our events in Rome next week, and we were glad to have you with us. But hopefully we will have you with us anytime soon. So we want to know what is going on now in the energy sector. There is a lot of things going on.
Well, first, thanks for inviting me, and thanks for allowing me to just record this video and get to give an update of everything that's happening here. I really look forward to in the future coming and speaking and seeing everybody in person, so thank you. I think the most important thing I want to convey is how important energy is to everything that's happening in the world, and that's the key to what President Trump has done. He has really put energy at the center of everything. Energy at the center of the economy, it's at the center of security, and it's at the center of foreign relations. And so that's why it's great that you're all gathering and talking about energy issues, because there's nothing more important than we can talk about right now. The key of what's happening right now is in the US, we are now the highest producer of oil, the highest producer of natural gas in the world. We have surpassed the rest of the world in these two exports. And so very famously, the president wants us to drill, baby, drill. And so we've been doing that. That has been a big focus of our first year, was opening up how we can do more drilling and production here in the United States. The key to that is we want to do that, but also export it to our friends and allies. And this is where the relationship with Italy has been so important. When Prime Minister Meloni came here last year, this was a key to that relationship. One of the key deliverables was to increase the export of U.S. natural gas to Italy, and we're doing that. It has actually kind of skyrocketed under President Trump, of getting more LNG with great Italian companies on the Italian side, importing them, and then great U.S. companies exporting it. So all that is happening. But I think what we want to do is even expand that further. And so that's what I want to really continue to build, that relationship, and work with Italian companies and work with the Meloni government on how we can continue to do that. All of that was in the works already. And then what we got to at the beginning of this year was kind of these big, massive world events. Venezuela, if you don't mind, I can give you an update of that. I'm freshly back from Venezuela. This has been my second trip to Venezuela. Wow. I went down maybe a month or so ago, and that was an initial conversation to see what was available there. And now we went back and we really started to sign deals. So we've seen U.S. companies, we've seen European companies, we've seen Italian companies. Eni is down there and has been down there for a while. And looking to expand the partnership and relationship there. We had I was actually on the first commercial flight back from the United States down to Venezuela. Those had been shut off for 7 years, and then we had the first commercial flight down there. I had meetings with President Delcy Rodriguez. We were down there, and it was really about expanding the investment and expanding the ability to export their oil and gas around the world, to Europe, to Italy, to the United States as well. So that has really taken up a big portion of this year. The other kind of topic everybody's well aware of is what's happening in the Middle East.
And I tell you, it's especially important for me because I live in Dubai.
Oh, of course,
I'm based
right.
there,
yeah, exactly.
and a lot of things are going on. We had like 2 months under, excitement. Let's call it excitement. And now we don't know what is going on. OPEC is kind of evolved somewhere else, or more. So what is your feeling?
Yeah,
what is your opinion?
I think the president has made some excellent moves. The blockade is working, the negotiations are happening. He is trying to bring this to a resolution as quickly as possible, but he's made it very clear. He has some clear deliverables that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, and he's going to hold firm on that. Now, I think the blockade is doing exactly what the president wants it to do, and we're working we have great relationships with our allies in the region, with the UAE, with Saudi, with Qatar, Bahrain. All of those, that relationship has even strengthened. But what's key from me and from my energy perspective is We know that we need to export more and ramp up more here in the U.S. to help our allies, like Italy and like a lot of the European countries, who may have been dependent on oil or gas from the Middle East. We have the capacity to do more of that. And so what I've spent a lot of time the last couple of months is working with various ambassadors and various counterparts throughout Europe of what can we do in the short term to help ramp up so that we have the supply of gas and oil that can get to the European nations, get to Italy, that can help drive down costs. I mean, I do think that, and the President's been very clear about this, once the strait is open, costs will start to come down. That's what everybody wants to see. The President is working hard to bring that as quickly as possible. People underestimate President Trump. They always talk about what the price of things are. He is the most keen and the most aware of driving costs down. He is always on us to drive down the cost of oil and gas, and we've been very effective of that. And I think once the strait is open, we're going to see the prices come down again. But again, I think a lot of progress has been made the last few days. We're going to continue to see progress. Secretary Rubio is traveling over. He's in Italy now and meeting with the Pope and meeting with the government there. And so these relationships are super strong. We want to continue to make them strong. But energy is one of the issues that really ties us together. And my job is to continue to make sure that we're producing more and we're exporting more into Italy and into our other.
And something else. What is your opinion about renewable or electric mobility? I'm curious.
Well, we are in favor of what we call baseload power. So oil and gas. We do like nuclear a lot, but. I'm a Sherpa for the G20. So all the G20 countries are going to meet throughout this year. We have a big meeting at the end of the year in Florida with President Trump. And energy is a key part of that. And what I've made is I don't want to focus on an energy transition. I want to focus on energy addition. So what we want is just more power, more energy. And the way we're going to do that is focus on natural gas, oil, and clearly nuclear is the way of the future. So the more power and the more reliable, affordable power, that's what's going to help everybody, and that's been our focus at the White House.
Thank you so much. Something else you want to add before to come to Italy?
Well, I just want to thank you for coming here. I just want to tell everybody that this is a great relationship. Energy is a key to the relationship. We want to continue that strong. I think energy security is national security, so the stronger our relationship on energy is, the better. And so I hope you guys have a great conference. I really look forward to seeing everybody in person. And let me know when you're in Washington, D.C., so we can bring you to the White House and the home of the Energy Dominance Council.
Thank you so much, Jarrod.